Hi-Diddle-Dee-Dee, a Pinocchio legacy collection for me. It kind of works. Hey guys, this is Morgan of the Rotoscopers, and today I am giving you a soundtrack review. This time it's the Walt Disney Records Legacy Collection for Pinocchio. For those of you unfamiliar with the Legacy Collections, Walt Disney Records is re-releasing a lot of its classic soundtracks, but there's a lot of bonus features, which is so strange for a soundtrack. You rarely get that. And so we've had Mary Poppins, we've had The Little Mermaid, we've had Fantasia. This time the newest release is Pinocchio. Now each one of these, they feature new artwork, new packaging. I love the packaging on this. It's very sturdy, and all the artwork is done by the amazing Lorelei Bove. So this is just filled with her artwork. She's recreated for every single movie, which is so cool to be an artist. And a lot of these artists probably grew up, you know, drawing Disney, and then to be hired by Disney and just drawing basically fan art, so awesome. I don't know, maybe Lorelei doesn't feel that way, but I would. Okay, so with the Legacy Collection, let's go into it. The first thing we have, you know, again, a lot of art and then a lot of text. What I love about these collections is that they basically have mini making of books in them, but they focus more on the music aspect of the film, obviously, but we do get a little bit of, all right, what was the process of getting this film into production, and then they talk about the actual music. Paul Smith was the composer. He had done a lot of Disney soundtracks this time, and Walt Disney's particularly picked him because he just had this way of having his music express what was happening in the scene. And as I was listening to the Pinocchio soundtrack, I completely agree. Just the little melodies and musical cues, you realize like, oh, somebody just fell right there, or, you know, someone's doing this or that. And I loved it. I feel like that's something that kind of is missing from modern soundtracks. Modern soundtracks are big and epic, but they're not so, I guess, literal in what they are expressing on camera. So we get a lot of that, which is great. And then they also go into each song, and they just give you a little blurb about, you know, a little bit history about that song. There are only 2 CDs in this. Oh, and here you go, it's popping out for you. The other one is in my car. But disc 1 basically is the original soundtrack to Pinocchio. It has all the songs and then all of the score elements. And the second soundtrack, it's divided into 2 parts. The first one is called The Lost Chords of Pinocchio. It includes 3 songs, No Strings, As I Was Saying to the Duchess, and Rolling Along to Pleasure Island. So the first one, No Strings, I mean, there is a song in Pinocchio called I Got No Strings to Hold Me Down. Well, basically, this was, instead of that version, this is when the marionettes would sing this song instead of Pinocchio singing the song. Very interesting, but again, cut. The other 2 songs were cut as well. And then the bonus tracks are really interesting because they don't really have anything to do with Pinocchio other than the fact that they are sung by the voice of Jiminy Cricket. So these are 4 songs by Cliff Edwards, who was a big guy at the time in the 40s. So the songs are You Are a Human Animal, Mickey Mouse Club Book Song, I'm No Fool on a Bike, Safety First / I'm No Fool in Water, and Stop, Look, and Listen / I'm No Fool as a Pedestrian. Actually, there are 5 songs, sorry. I only know one of these songs from the Disney kind of compilation albums that they used to put out, specifically Stop, Look, and Listen. It goes, stop, look, and listen. Your eyes will tell your feet if you can safely walk across the street. I'll stop there for copy infringement. Thank you, YouTube bots. Again, these are these kind of dorky 50s, like, hey songs that would have been found on the Mickey Mouse Club and whatnot. So those weren't necessarily my favorite. I listened to them and I was like, oh, these are kind of catchy. You know, I'm gonna sing these to my kids so they don't cross the street when they're not supposed to. But bringing this back to Pinocchio, really no relevance. So I must admit, this is probably one of my least favorite of the Disney Legacy collections. The other ones just were so encompassing and they had so much material and background and deleted songs, and some movies just don't have that. Some movies just, you know, the songs that they created worked, or they didn't need as many songs. So I really liked this for the score, personally. Definitely, if you're collecting every single one of these CDs in the collection, get this, it's so good. The art will just blow you away. Look, I mean, little Pinocchio, it's adorable. I'm a dork. Alright guys, let me know what you think of the Pinocchio soundtrack. What is your favorite song in Pinocchio? Be sure to subscribe for more soundtrack reviews and like this video if you love Disney songs. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Morgan and this is the Rotoscopers YouTube.